Vancouver sitting out a 4-4-2, just one change from the loss at the hands of Tacoma. Three changes from their draw at the hands of North Texas. Irvin Torres, Micah Burton, and Anthony Deonda will enter into the lineup. Torres as well as Burton, two young players that Austin is very happy with their growth. Burton on a homegrown contract, and Irvin Torres, a former MLS Next All-Star back in 2023. It is GA Cup time, and this side in Austin does have a GA Cup championship going back to 2023 at the U15 level. Vigo Ortiz was the MVP at that point in time, and of course later on that year Austin won MLS Next Pro Cup. So right now the two sides earlier this year at the GA Cup, Austin's U16s got the best of Vancouver's U16s in the championship bracket. And now it's time for play at the second team level. Whistle blows and we begin from Swangard Stadium. Austin FC2 taking on Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. O'Neal goes all the way back to Milosevic. We've talked about Austin's offensive struggles, but dissecting Vancouver's defensive struggles, Mark O'Neal, the captain, was honest about how continuity is going to be key in the back. This ball sent forward. Cashwele right into Alstrup, a very comfortable save for the 21-year-old from Denmark. Pierre on the ball, and that will be a foul. And a straight red is shown. The denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, and Pierre was brought down. Nico Van Ryn knew it immediately as Pierre had gotten behind him, and Nelson Pierre slowed himself down. Van Ryn had no choice but to. Russo in his debut tickles the twine, and Vancouver is up 1-0. A beautiful strike by Daniel Russo. A curling effort, top corner, an almost unstoppable shot. He was signed in early April, and he makes it. Although that was against Vancouver, the Whitecaps have shown their ability to score goals this season. Looking for more. Velios sends the ball into the box. It's handled and rolls out. Cashwele, ball popping free, and Bonachera is there. Cashwele turning, shooting, his second shot. Oh, wow! Cashwele would not be denied. His first shot was stopped. His second one is in the back of the net. And Vancouver quickly leads by 2 goals. You see here as Cashwele came in, ball pops back to him. First shot is stopped by Antonio Gomez, but the second one, a speeding bullet past Marcus Alstrup. And Cashwele now opens his account, and Antonio Gomez clears it away. Russo back into the mixer. Georgievic heads this. Now the shot by Selemani is scooped up by Alstrup. There were early shots for handball off the initial look, scoring off his own rebound. Both goals coming after a red card from Austin. You see Vancouver leading in shots and shots on target. Nelson Pierre was right there. Alstrup got a head to it outside of his own box. Gonzalez into Lopez, now wearing the captain's armband, turns it over. Selemani slipping around. Selemani still with it! And a stop by Austin. As Johnny Selemani was barreling forward, he ends back up with it, but Alstrup with the kick save. And there's the halftime whistle. Vancouver takes advantage of the mistake by Nico Van Ryn and puts two past Marcus Alstrup. Vancouver in front by 2 goals. Austin with a lot of work to do. Momo Hassini blows his whistle, and we begin the second half here on MLSNextPro.com. James Hadnot here with you from Swangard Stadium in Burnaby, British Columbia. Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 taking on Austin FC2. Austin as a team is not one to make defensive mistakes. That's why you have to credit Nelson Pierre getting behind the back line and then forcing Van Ryn to run him over. Cashuele tries to control this towards the byline, and it will be a corner and an early set piece for Vancouver as they look to add to their 2-goal lead. Talked at length about Vancouver offensively, how they've been one of the better teams in the Western Conference and really in the league despite not having a win through 4 matches. They scored 3 goals last match. Scored just 1 in their home opener versus Portland. That ended in a draw. Zoreo Rivaldo scored the game-tying goal for the Timbers. But right now, looking for a third. Just about a minute and a half in. Sadikan with the header. Castro. Selemani. Nice touch. Now the ball still free. And a goal. Nikola Georgievic, the beneficiary of a beautiful ball from Mark O'Neill. And Georgievic opens his account. Nice touch from Selemani. And then is Georgievic who scores. And check that. It was Russo who played the ball across. So in his debut of Vancouver. Deonda still with this. And Deonda hits the woodwork. You can see he's clutching his arm towards his chest. Vancouver with their insurance and a healthy 3-goal lead now. Russo, who's had his fingerprints all over this match. Cross bounces in to Alstrip. You see the numbers well out in favor of Vancouver. They have been playing up a man since the 29th minute, and they've taken full advantage. All 3 goals coming after that 29th minute. The Chutsu holding things up. Torres. And now this ball ends up to Pierre. Nelson Pierre shoots wide of the mark. Nelson Pierre coming into this match, he had 3 goals to lead Vancouver. So both going to the book. Torres, what a ball, but the tap from Badawia is not past Milosevic. He could not finish. First the dummy from Torres through Castro, then an excellent ball. And Badawia with his toe could not push it past Milosevic. The final at the U18 level is going to be Orlando City and Colorado Rapids. Coupland into Cashuele. Ball pops free, and Nelson Pierre has his 4th of the season. Vancouver is not going to let up, and they lead by 4. Antoine Coupland starting things. Cashuele's ball comes across. Deonda could not. Vlad Denchutsu, nice first touch, but could not keep possession. But a poor clearance. Denchutsu. And this is just wide of Milosevic. Milosevic might have got a touch to it. So Milosevic, this is just one of those matches where Vancouver had the advantage and took full control of the man advantage. Cashuele, now Pierre, and he can't double his tally as Milosevic was looking for the goalie assist. Pierre is the only one to touch that. Vlad Denchutsu. Denchutsu bringing down O'Neal, but O'Neal is the one that's called for the foul. So Austin will have the free kick. Ball is played. Irvin Torres racing forward. Irvin Torres slips behind. Ball's cut back to Torres, but his shot is right at Milosevic. Played one of our minimum of 2. Vancouver. And Daniel Russo still on the ball. Now Georgievic. He has a goal on the day. Russo, a goal and an assist. Now Coupland. Russo. Chin. Castro a flip towards Coupland. He can't control. And with that clearance, the final whistle, Vancouver wins for the first time this season, and they take all 3 points at home.